from the competent communicator manual titled Burning Man, My Story. Evaluating NEMA will be Meredith Allen, who will now tell us the main objectives of this speech.
Yes. NEMA's objectives for his speech tonight are to collect information about your topic from numerous sources, carefully support points and opinions with specific facts, examples, and illustrations gathered through your research. Time is 5 to 7 minutes.
NEMA has been a member of this club since November 2011 and has served previously in most functionary roles and is our current VP of Education. During the day, he works on his online business. In addition to manual objectives, NEMA's personal objectives are to use more pauses, be comfortable standing still and not sway, and to give another perspective about Burning Man. Welcome NEMA Fatui, Burning Man, My Story. Burning Man, My Story, NEMA Fatui.
Sex, yoga, costumes, vinyasa, breathing, meditation, art, fire, desert storms, 40 degrees, 110 degrees. These are some of the few adjectives that, in a nutshell, but just barely scrapes the surface of a little thing, a little event that happens every year in Black Rock City called Burning Man. Now, as I alluded to earlier, when you say the word Burning Man, there's a lot of things that probably pop in your head. I may have mentioned a few of them. What I'm going to do here today is go into a little bit of history about how Burning Man started, what it represents, what it means, kind of tell you my story about how I got there, and a few takeaways. And at the end, I'm hoping that maybe that it'll change your perspective of what Burning Man is, and who knows, it may even inspire you to actually either check it out or find out more information on your own. So a little history. Started by Larry Harvey and David Best in 1986, here in San Francisco at Baker Beach. I was 2 at the time. At that time, they had a 9-foot man that they created, and the whole purpose was to celebrate the summer solstice. And also, it was an expression of what they call radical self-expression. So they had this man, this statue, 9-foot statue, and they burnt it even back then. And that alludes to one of the 10 principles that they go into later on. And I'll get into that a little bit later. So it starts in 1986 at Baker Beach, and it goes on until about 1990 when the park ranger comes in and shuts them down. So now they think, okay, we have to scramble, we have to do something about this. What are you going to do? Well, through the grapevine, they found out that there was another organization called the Cacophony Society, which dealt similarly with what Burning Man represented, and that they were having a little get-together at the same time in Black Rock City. For those who don't know where Black Rock City is, it's about 100 miles north of Reno, Nevada. Desert. Nothing out there. So these guys pack up their things and go out there. Unfortunately, they did not realize what they were getting themselves into. The harsh climates, the harsh weather, the harsh conditions, they weren't prepared at all. Fortunately, one of the people, few of the people that were at Black Rock City actually helped them out. Helped them to survive, gave them water, gave them food, gave them a place to stay. And that right there, that sense of giving to your fellow man, was also the seed of another principle that comes up. So with that being said, the whole basis of Burning Man really is it's an artistic movement. You see over 200 pieces of art and people expressing themselves in all different ways that they can't do in normal society. And one of the biggest things that they have is 10 principles. And I'm not going to go into every single one of them, but I'm going to go into a little bit about what each one is. So the first one is the individual, radical self-expression, radical self-reliance, being able to rely on yourself to survive, either if you need to get something from somebody else, or if you just like something of theirs and you want to meet somebody else if you're there alone. Also inclusion, and also participation. Their motto is, you make the burn. You do You make it how you want. So that's a bit of the individual aspect. The next part is community, communal effort, picking up after yourself. They have a thing that says leave no trace behind. So it's almost self-sustaining in a way, and they want to make sure that the reservation or the desert is how it exactly is. So everyone's doing their part to pick up after themselves, leave no trace behind. And then also civic responsibility. And the last part is that I particularly liked, which I thought was kind of mind-blowing, is no money. Can't buy anything there except for coffee and ice in the central village. Everything else has to be done through either bartering or gift giving. So say for instance you have a bracelet and you like some water, you can ask somebody, hey, may I have some of your water? And you can give them a bracelet. Or what I did, I gave them a 5-minute massage, anywhere they wanted. You can use your imagination on that one later. So that being said, give a little bit of history, and a lot of what I went over, the history that I found out, was through Wikipedia and also through people who have been there for over 15 years. So now, how did I get there? How did I get introduced to this culture? Well, it was introduced to me last year by my old roommate, and here's a story of how I even got there, because it was totally a last minute thing. There are people who actually spend an entire year planning for it. Me was August 24th, got laid off. That weekend I went to LA to visit a friend of mine. That Sunday, my old roommate Todd, texted me saying, hey, Burning Man tickets are still available, you should come. And I'm thinking, what the heck, why not? Let's go. So that Monday I returned to San Francisco, and I decided, all right, I want to get the most bang for my buck. I need to get a ticket, I need a way to get there, I need to get supplies. I was able to get all that within 2 days. And that Wednesday, I left that night after Toastmasters, no less, and I drove all the way to Black Rock City. And one of the biggest things that I always told myself is, I've always asked is, can I be resourceful? I always hear of these people with these difficult odds. Can I be resourceful enough to make something happen? Can I bring it all together? Do I have that within me? I always doubted that aspect of myself. But seeing what I went through in 2 days to get everything together, yes, I can say that I was able to get everything together. And I fully believe that everybody in here, no matter what they want to do, is fully capable of that as well. Another takeaway that I got from this experience is it really is a matter of you can be whatever you want to be at Burning Man. But not only that, but you carry that spirit in your everyday life as well. No matter what it is, whether it's you want to meet somebody or if you want that raise. Really fully expressing yourself no matter what is a really important key. And I feel as though a lot of people have lost that over the years. There's a lot of social layers, and I felt as though having something like this, really getting out of your comfort zone, really helps people bring that up. So with that, I hope you guys got a good perspective on what Burning Man is, and yes, drugs can be included if you want that to be, but it doesn't have to be. I didn't take any whatsoever, and I had the time of my life. So I'm hoping that at the end of this, you guys will think maybe just a little bit different about what Burning Man is, and then also understand that a lot of it comes also with what's called creative destruction. Create something, you burn it, and you start over.
Let's put 1 minute on the clock for feedback.